Jai Baba to all. Once Baba asked me, how much you are going to be thin and small? I told that as small as I can slip in your pocket, not to come out.
As small as you could be comfortably kept in his pocket. Good. So, what did he say? What did he say?
He smiled.
Good. As is usual, as was usual, right?
Exactly.
He had a very good sense of humor. He always did that.
Baba had it.
Yes, definitely. He was a master joker.
Yes.
That's why he just... anything to you about meditation, about your meditating, Mansari?
Meditation.
You ever, Baba ever tell you to meditate?
Oh, Baba told me to meditate. No, he asked me. He asked me to meditate, whether I meditate or not. I said, no, Baba, that is not my job. That is not my job.
So?
I could do work, but not meditation.
Yeah.
Baba said, all right, you do work, but think of me all the time and take my name.
Good. Well, I'll say I also didn't do much of meditation, though we all did, no doubt. But, well, I'll say that we were failures.
When it came to meditation?
Huh?
You couldn't meditate?
Well, not as it should have been done. Well, there was a need to meditate. We were in the power of itself. Where do we need the juice for? We don't need to crave. We were following the master. Yes, we were following the master. There is a need. And about you too, you say that you want something from India. Haven't you got enough? Or do you want more? What more do you want? You're not satisfied yet? What do you want? All right, take it. There's plenty yet. Take everything. Take love. Take Jai Baba from everybody. All Meherabad. What more do you want? You want something more? Well, in that case, I can't give you anything more. There is only one thing to be given, and that's Baba's love, which we all are having. Well, Mansari, what do you say?
Love,
What
and
can
lots
you
of
give?
love of Baba.
What can you give?
Baba's love, that's all.
Nothing more?
Nothing more. There is nothing more in.
There is nothing more.
Did you ever visit Upasni Maharaj?
No.
You never saw Upasni Maharaj?
I saw Upasni Maharaj many times.
Did he?
Many times. I wanted to hear him, but he didn't give me the chance.
You wanted to hear him?
In my presence, he never spoke. He never gave, discourses.
You tried?
And when I tried to sit there.
Your film's finished. Good. No. Oh, he's continuing, I see. You see, Mansari couldn't get the chance to talk to Upasni Maharaj,
Not
but...
talk to.
Huh?
Listen to. This close. Listen to.
Huh?
She said not talk to, listen to.
Oh, I see. But I'll give you my anecdote about photographing the meeting between Baba and Upasni Maharaj, the only one that I could take. You see, Baba was in Pune, and it was settled. Well, the liaison officer ran between Sakori and Meherabad and settled about a meeting, and a few people were to come from Pune for the meeting, and I was not in the bunch. Well, I thought this is a good opportunity, and the only opportunity where I can have both Maharaj and Baba. So, and then I was running fever too. So never you mind. All right, the car comes here at about 3 o'clock. Baba comes from Pune, and he visits Meherabad, and from here he picks up somebody. All right. I just get ready with camera slung on my shoulder. He said, Baba asked me, where are you going? I said, I'm coming with you. With me? Yes, Baba, this is the only chance I can take photographs of both. All right, come on. So I was shoved into the car and I did go. And those are the only pictures of Baba and Upasni Maharaj. Of course, I didn't have a flash gun at the time, and the pictures are shaky, but they are still pictures. You couldn't get them now. Many good pictures I have taken of Baba.
Did you build these buildings here?
Yes, well, yes, I did. I and Pendu, we both were the working people here, you know, and whatever work was to be undertaken was given to Pardri and Pendu. Yes.
When you were building the buildings, did Baba have a deadline, or how did he work with you on these things?
It's a fine story. I'll give it to you. You know, all our times during all our Baba's reign, you see, he was always fond of tin sheds and bamboo matting. So I told him, Baba said that I want just one room for me to sit and meditate. He said, all right, we'll give it to you. He said, then how soon can you build it? I said, look, Baba, you want a room. You want a room for yourself. At least let me build this room, just good enough. At least lime and mortar, brick and whatnot. So, all right, oh yes. Go ahead, Padri, go ahead. I give you a full license. The sky is the limit. Go ahead. I was awfully happy. I started digging the foundation and did it awfully good, you know, and started the work on it. And for a few days, Baba didn't come and question me. He said, is the work progressing, Padri? Yes, Baba. How long will it take? About a month and a half or something. Something wrong? That's right. That's the building. So, now I said, look, Baba, you have given me the promise that I'll give you this building in lime and brick. Please let me build it. I said, I'm not pestering you. Go ahead. You build the building. I want the building. But be quick about it. All right. After about 8 days, he says, how quick can you build it, Padri? That's the question again. That's the question again. He said, all right, Baba, I have given you 1.5 months, that is about 6 weeks, and that's that. Can't you make it earlier, Padri? Can't you? Well, I'll try. Well, I try to stall him. Well, all right, go ahead. Well, the plinth came up, and he came back again. He said, Padri, how many days have you wasted on this plinth? I said, Baba, about a week. Now, how many days do you want? I said, 5 weeks. Oh no, that's too much. He said, look, Baba, please, you have given me a promise. Please let me finish this work. At least just one room for you, for posterity. No, but you see, he made such a sour face, such a helpless face, you know. Oh, Padri, I got to sit in this room. I want this room quick. How quick do you want? I want it within a week. Well, I can't give you brick and mortar in 1 week. That would be a contractor's job, not a good job. And look, Baba, please let me, give me the time, let me finish the job. No. All right, I'll give you 3 weeks. He said, no, Baba, I can't do that within even 3 weeks. Then, all right, go ahead. All right, I'll give you 3 weeks. He said, no, Baba, I can't do that within even 3 weeks. Then, all right, go ahead. I immediately came to know that he was just after me to finish the job quick. Well, the next day he comes again, he says, Padri, I must sit in this room within 1 week. You finish according to your specifications within 1 week, or give me something, anything within 1 week. Finished, I was helpless. I couldn't do anything at all. All right. Then I rushed into Nagar, got wood, got carpenters, and erected the whole building of wood. And on the 8th day, by heavens, you will see the picture, he was in the building. I had to give him. You see, the thing is this, after the work was finished, he said, Is the question, is the time is more important. The time is extremely important. What I want, if I want something on that particular time, it has its value if you do it on time. You do it later, it has no value at all. Knowing fully well, I had to rush it. We all rushed. And we finished the building in about a week's time, and exactly on the 8th day, he just went in. Then later on, we painted it. And later on, what happened, you see, through these crevices, these bugs and midges pestered him.
What month and year was that, Padri?
Mansari has got those pictures. I think it was August.
36, 35, 36.
In 1935.
35.
But I couldn't tell you the month. She's got the pictures and you can see it there. And that was there. See, the point is, if you would give him a golden temple beyond his time limit, it is no good. You should give him what he wants. It's obedience. It's obedience on our part. I want this. Well, this is this. THIS. Nothing more. No arguments. But when we argued, he would ask us a question and call for our statements. Yes, you would argue then. But once he has said, you do this, finished. No more arguments. No more arguments. You do this. That's all. So in like manner, yesterday we had a talk that we were given lessons in obedience, and it was constantly hammered into our head that we shouldn't emulate him, we shouldn't do as he did, but we should listen to what he said. An instruction for one, an instruction for A was not good for B. B should do what he was told. Not that he should follow the footsteps of A or footsteps of Baba. And at the same time, the seeker should not ask the question to the master, why so? He dare not ask. He dare not, he should not ask. That is disrespectful. It should never be done, and we never did it. Only when the argument was going on, say, we have a plan here. We have a plan here. We got to build something. Baba would ask for ideas. How should we build it? Well, you'd say we'll build it like a church spire. Somebody would say we'll build it like a dome, a round dome, and so forth. Baba would have his own idea, and we would have a healthy argument. Ultimately, then we would come to a conclusion, and that was that. When that final thing had come to a conclusion, no departure from it. Unless Baba himself said, you change the whole thing, change the whole structure, like this building here. It was to be of lime and brick, then ultimately it became a building in wood. All right, that was that. His wish had to be obeyed. His will had to be obeyed. You couldn't do anything of your own. A slave is a slave. That's all. And Baba used to point out to that half his couplet. You got to be the slave. You got to be the slave. You just can't question it. Never. Because the fault lies in our ears. We don't understand it. He has many times told us that you wouldn't understand me. My words require different ears. Because my tongue is different. You see? My tongue is not worldly. I have got something on my mind which you do not know. And I am not working for you or for Meherabad. I am working for the whole creation, not the world. The whole creation is within me. And I am working for the whole creation. So, what can a puny drop understand about the ocean? Can it? No, it can't. It just cannot. So, the emphasis was laid on obedience. Jai Baba to you. Thank you.
When was the last time you saw Baba?
On 22nd and 23rd of December 1968.
That's right.
On Dara's wedding.
Yes.
At Pipalgaon.
At
Meherabad. At Meherabad. Annoyed tone Then how could it be, Baba? I have nothing to be envied. And Baba said that you will see. And now, many of you and others, Baba lovers who come here, I hear from their own mouths that, oh Mansari, I envy you.
Why do the people say that they envy you now?
Huh?
Ask them.
Well, it's just a healthy argument, that's all. We talk in our Indian language, we just do say that. I envy you.
I think
It's not that green envy, mind you. It's just a kind of love.
That is the thing.
Yeah, that's it. It's not that.
It must be because you have lived so many years with
No,
Baba.
Yes.
we are living, just for few days or few months, but you are here for, for lifetime.
Almost all our life.
That is the thing. Now, one more, what to say,
Well.
funny incident.
Well, that's...
Funny incident. Let him finish because he has to go.
Huh? Then it's all right. It's all right.
Once, when we were touring all over India with Baba, we had been to Delhi and we went to see Qutub Minar. And as I always follow Baba, Baba was ahead of me and I followed him. And I didn't know that Baba stopped at one of the windows. And I went on and on until I got to the terrace. And then on the top I saw I am quite alone. And Baba wasn't there. No one was there. Then at that time, Baba had given me the silence.
And you couldn't speak.
And I couldn't speak. And I was just frightened. I afraid that how could I go down? And how could I manage to go at home if Baba was away? But still, I dared to peep from the terrace what is going on down below. And I saw Baba, very small, our tiny Nani, very small. But then, from my horror, I just saw that Baba is leaving. And he's going to the bus. And I hurried up. And I came down where he was just coming back. And he saw me from far away. And he just pointed out at me and said, look. In gesture, he just said, look, is she mad? Then he called me and he said, are you mad? And in gesture, I said, no, Baba. Look, a little bit angry. Then, when we got in the bus, he again asked me, will you do it again? I said, no, Baba. Then he smiled. There are many jokes like that, but at present I can't.
What was the building you were finding? Where were you? I didn't hear the name of the place.
Qutub Minar in Delhi.
Delhi, the tall tower,
Tall tower. It has 450 steps. It has 450 steps.
Now who? Go ahead, Nana.
Where you're from, Nana? I don't even remember where you're from.
I'm from Nagpur. He's from Nagpur, central India.
You had been Baba's guard.
Yes, for a long time at Guru Prasad. I was doing the watch duty, and anyone coming there, I had to tell them that mostly Baba was in seclusion, so I had to say, you can't see Baba, you can't meet Baba. They would say so many things. Why? Just intimate him or name, or something like that, that we have come. I said, I can't, because even telling the name or anything, that was not possible. They would say, no, just allow us to sit. And even that was not allowed, because according to instructions, I had to just request them to leave the premises as early as possible. And sometimes it was very difficult to persuade them to leave so quickly, because they would be coming from even from distant places, And I had that task of just requesting them, telling them that Baba is, not seeing anyone, and he is in strict seclusion, he doesn't meet anyone, You may have come from very long distances. But
At that time, during his seclusion, did you have any idea?
that we don't know, you see, because we are always outside, you see. And his work in seclusion, you see, it is only known to him.
You see,
Actually,
when you asked the question to Nana now that what was Baba doing, a disciple, a devotee, a seeker does not ask his guru, what are you doing? He just obeys him. He just obeys him, that's all. No questions. So, well, your question is all right. No harm done. You got to know it. It's again repeated. You just can't question the master, why and how. He was given the duty to guard, all right, and chase the people out. I'm not going to see anybody, all right. So he just meekly tells them, I'm sorry, Baba, I cannot see you. He tells them in all meekness. So, but he encounters sort of, not opposition, but people insistence. Their insistence that I have come from a long... Not opposition, but people insistence.
Yes.
Their insistence that I have come from a long distance. Why shouldn't Baba see me? Then he would have to explain accordingly that Baba doesn't see.
that is all, you see.
That's his orders.
It is his order. He is not seeing anyone. He is not meeting anyone. And so, again, I had to request him, you see. That is all, you see. And I can't even tell you. They would say, just tell our name. He said, that is not possible. I can't tell anything.
I can understand how they would feel.
And they were, of course, puzzled, you see, when they heard all these things.
Then in some cases it would so happen that after the watchman, the guard at the gate, had told that visitor that Baba wouldn't see him, and that visitor goes away, and after a time Baba just claps and calls. Well, and he asks, had somebody come? Ah, yes, Baba, somebody had come. Who was he? So and so. What did you tell him?
Yes, sir. At that time, then we would tell, you see, a person from this place had come, you see. His name is so and so. Do you know his address? Then he would ask. So yes, I would tell, you see. Yes. So then he would say, you call him tomorrow. He will himself say, you call him, or I want him as early as possible. Even if possible on phone, you just phone to him and call him immediately. That was after all he's going away.
Go and tell him.
Go and
tell him. So you see, both are orders.
And both then we have to chase, you see, the person, you see. Find him out. If he has got a telephone number and all that, you see. And then it was...
That's the point, you see. That's right.
Once Baba came to my room, he was visiting us off and on before the accidents. And once he came and went direct to the photos on my table. And he took up one of the photos and put it in his pocket. No, he just told me to see somewhere else. He pointed out from the window. And I saw, and he just slapped me on my head. And then he just took that, by the time he took the photo and put it in his pocket. And then he just said, well, I am going. And I knew that there must be something. He played. And I looked all over in my room and I saw one photo is missing. So I said, no, Baba. No, you can't go. Either you sit down for an hour until you put my photo back, or and he just said, well, I am going. And I knew that there must be something. He played. And I looked all over in my room and I saw one photo is missing. So I said, no, Baba. No, you can't go. Either you sit down for an hour until you put my photo back, or then he just smiled and said, what are you talking about?
I don't know anything.
You are chatting so much. If you are chatting and talking so much now, and what about of your old days? In your old days, how much did you talk? Then I said, no, Baba, give me my tag, give me my photo back, my Baba back. Then he just said that, take it. You are just eating my head.
Now here you see, the master was in a jovial mood. All right, you joke with him, indeed, but don't step beyond the limit. Don't step beyond your limit. Don't try to be too, what you Americans call fresh or something. You see? Don't try to be that. Be within the limit. He tries to joke with you. He has come down to your level. He is joking with you as a normal human being. So, yes, you don't be disrespectful to him. You do joke with him. So in like manner, you were just talking about, yes, Nana's watch. You see, as I said, that this pupil obeys the master according to what he said. He obeyed the master in just telling that man that he was sorry he couldn't allow you. And within 1 minute, Baba again asks him, call that man. Well, that's also an order. The first was obeyed, the second also shall be obeyed. Shall be obeyed. Not that Nana had the authority to say, Baba, you told me not to call. Why are you calling him now? Oh no. Oh no. Go on, catch that man, call him back.
If he goes
No
in a car,
argument.
then I have to run.
No argument.
If he goes in a car, then I have to run.
Yes.
Yes, anything you see that is, yes.
Many times that man would just evaporate. See, he might have gone in the car or something, you see, and he has just gone out of sight. Then we come back helplessly and say that man is gone. Why did he not run fast? Now you lost a very good man, I wanted to see him.
Oh, yes.
You see, something like that. But the point is, the disciple, the pupil, the slave always obeys the master. Nothing else. Nothing else. No arguments. And we were taught the hard way and we learnt it the hard way. But we did. We didn't make mistakes. No doubt. Well, all of us made mistakes. Yes. You wanted to ask him something?
How did it happen that you became the guardian of Baba's tomb here?
It was after the dropping of Baba's body here. I was here. And then one day Pindu asked me, we want a man, you see, who can be here all the time to be the caretaker. I said, before you were asking, I had in my mind that I should be here now permanently, one of the residents at Meherabad. So he asked me the right thing, and I would like to stay because that thing was already in my mind. And so I will be most willingly coming here, you see, to stay permanently and serve at Baba's tomb, you see. And so then later on, it was put before the trustees, and they accepted my offer, and so I was very happy.
And here you are.
And now I am here permanently.
You stay up here all night?
No, I stay downstairs, Lower Meherabad.
Did you ever stay on guard for Baba at night?
Huh?
Did Baba ever have you stand guard at night at all? Watch.
Yeah, there is a night watchman here.
Yeah.
After 8 o'clock.
After 8 o'clock, there is a night watchman who is here, you see. And the tomb is locked, you see, after 8 p.m. And there is a night watchman who is here throughout the night, and he goes in the morning.
Did Baba ever say to you anything about marriage, Kher?
No, that was long back.
So what did he say long back?
No, you see, I wanted to know. I wanted Baba's guidance in this respect, and so when Baba was giving darshan in Madras at Saidapet, So at that time I had gone from Nagpur. And then I asked Baba that my parents want that I should get married. But I want your instructions in this direction. But whatever you say, if you say you marry, I will marry. If you say don't marry, I won't marry. I leave the thing entirely to you, see, the decision to you. It is not that what I want, you see, but what you want, that I will be carrying out your instructions. And I want to have your guidance in this respect. My parents want, but I leave the thing entirely to you. And then Baba asked me, have you met any girl? Have you had any contact with any girl? Any intercourse or anything so far in your life? I said, no. Then he said, that is very good. Then he said, why don't you marry me? I said, that's best. Why don't you marry me?
When did you first know Baba? When you were very small?
No, I was young. Yes, I was for the final BA. I was in college, you see, and studying for final BA. At that time, I heard first of Baba. And then later on, after 3 years, I met Baba actually after 3 years, after passing the college examinations and all that. And that was just before the marriage of Maharaj. At Nagar, I came to Nagar just on the previous day of Maharaj's marriage. You see. And then I came to Meherabad also for the first time with Baba. And I saw Muhammad for the first time there. Hindu was here at that time. And Baba was in that old building. The old building was there. You see. And there was a hut behind the old building. So Hindu was staying there. You see. And there I saw for the first time Muhammad. And Baba, when Baba came that side, Muhammad embraced Baba so forcefully that he won't leave Baba at all. Dada, he won't leave, and Baba had to do some trick, you see, to go away from him. Otherwise, he won't leave Baba. That was the first time I saw Muhammad. And then the way in which Baba means the must, and the must means Baba. You see. That was the first time I saw it. Yes, physically. Baba, Dada, you can't. You won't allow Baba to go. And then Baba had to play the trick. Some excuse. Yes, some excuse, yes. I got important work and like that, you see. And then some trick was played, you see. And then only he could leave. Otherwise, Muhammad won't leave Baba.
You have got a picture down below near Muhammad's bed, wherein you can see the emotions of Muhammad when he saw Baba.
Oh.
All his veins here are all prominent, you know. And he would grip Baba as if in a grip of vice. Dada. You see, you just talk so emotionally and so happily. And Baba also used to be extremely happy.
And Baba also, he was also extremely happy when he met them. And he was happy, so Baba also. But still, he had to leave, you see, because he couldn't stay there for hours with him. And so some excuse were always there. He had to give some excuses, otherwise he won't leave him at all.
It's way beyond our understanding.
Now, you see, regarding this mass, now, and I told you about a couple of minutes ago that you don't question the master, but we used to take his jovial moods into consideration and then just ask him a question, but not disgraceful. Mind you, within our bounds. So, I don't know who asked. Somebody asked, it doesn't matter who. Baba, what do you do with the masts? He just laughed. He just invited the question, sort of. He didn't get sour. The only answer, and the answer, I love them, they love me. That's all. I am the beloved, and they are my lovers. Too true. There could be no better answer than that. And that's a fact. He is the beloved. He is the eternal beloved, and they are the lovers. So how else can I explain you? That's that. So, no more questions. But he did explain to us, that it is that. but what work are you doing? Oh no. No, that's my work. And mostly he used to shoo away the people, Never watch. The doors and windows closed. As long as he was feeding the mast or bathing the mast, then the people around us, the mandali, helped Baba with bucket, water and everything, food. Then after that was finished, and he would say, out you go. All right, out you go. Doors closed. Then after a time, Baba would clap again. He would come out. That's all. We wouldn't know what it was. And we never tried to know what it was. We never tried to know what it was. No, never tried to know what it was. Never tried to know what it was.
You explained to me once about Baba's helping Maharaj skip the fourth plane or get disenchanted or stuck at the gate before onto the fifth. Could you tell me about that?
Yes, you see, Baba has helped many masts. That was his work. You see, Upasni Maharaj had said that Irwin will open a college of knowledge. A college of knowledge. You see? That is spiritual knowledge. It would be a college, not a school. Well, we just thought it was about 50 years ago when we were all novitiates. Well, that was his college, and these were his students. So, you see, according to what Baba had said, Muhammad was stuck at the verge, at the end of the third and the beginning of the fourth, called the plane of enchantment, intense enchantment. It is intense enchantment. It is absolute wonderment. Now, Baba gave us a graphical example. What happens? You see, the pilgrim is progressing, sort of, it is just going. And that pilgrim is about to step into the threshold of the fourth. And all of a sudden, something draws his attention. In the third, he's only got to put a step into the fourth and he would be in the fourth. But just one step, say an inch, this side, his attention is drawn somewhere else. Finished. He is nailed to that spot. That spot is so bad. He is nailed for years and years together. He's got to be pulled out. The pilgrim has got to be pulled out. And when Muhammad was brought to Baba from Bombay, do you know how was he? Standing for 6 months like this. That's all. That's why you look at his feet. They're absolutely flat. Just like this. He wouldn't talk with anybody. Just looking like this. But, you see, that was his gross manifestation. You wouldn't know what it was. Whereas, really, he was looking at that, he was being enchanted, so enchanted that he couldn't pull himself out of that. And it was while he came into contact with Baba, Baba just gave him a shove, a push, skipped the fourth and pushed him into the fifth. So, he skipped the most dangerous plane of the realm. Now he is absolutely free. A pilgrim is liable to slip in the fourth. And I'm sure Baba many times told us that be careful of these people. Don't try to pester them. Don't try to annoy them. Don't harass them. Yes, be mild, be kind. If they come, let them come. Don't, what you say,
Don't try to argue with them.
Don't try to argue. Don't try to be rough with them. Not rude, rough. Rough with them.
And
No. Let them come. But it seems, you see, well, some came, some did not. And Kabir has got a couplet over that too, you see. And wherein he says, Kisko det bithaye ke, kisko phiraye det. To some, he gives
without asking.
without asking. And to some, he makes them roam round and round and round. Then he gives, then he bestows. To some, although he begs on his knees, he drives them away. किसको दे बिठाए के किसको फिराए दे किसको मांगे देत ना कि हाँ. And to some, when he gives, that chap refuses. Yes, he does.
There are some.
He does. You see, God in person is trying to bestow. That man says, nothing. Well, he is not destined in a way.
Not ready.
He is trying to just lift up and give it to him. He doesn't. You see? And another man, poor chap, he just comes on his knees with his head into the dust. He says, no, get out. Get out. You get nothing from me. That's his way. And you just cannot ask that question, why? He knows it. He alone knows it. He knows what medicine you want. He knows what medicine he wants. So we're all sort of patients. We have got our diseases of the samskars. You see? And these samskars are to be treated individually, not like a shepherd driving his flock with one stick. No, you don't. Individual. That's why Baba said, you wouldn't know what I am doing to you or him. You just obey what I tell you to. You understand me? No more arguments.
Well, his method for everyone was different. Yes. For everyone, it was for individually to each and everyone. What he said to one was never meant for the other, and you had to do according to your own instructions. You see. And his instructions were different.
Mansari said yesterday about speaking the word and about the baby. Tell about, yesterday you said we didn't ask Baba to speak because, and then
Yes, yes.
the time was like, the analogy.
Yes, yes. Baba told someone who asked that, Baba, why don't you speak now? And Baba said it, yes. But before time, if a baby comes, it is harmful to the mother and to the baby too. If in time it comes, after a mature times, it is just good for the baby and the mother is safe too.
So was Baba speaking.
And further to the talk about Muhammad, he being in the plane of enchantment, intense enchantment. Baba himself said, naturally, I wouldn't know in what plane he is because I am on the zero plane myself. Well, what would I say? So, so, he said he's in the fifth now. But this habit of his, looking persistently at a particular thing, shall remain in this birth. It cannot be eliminated, and he will make no further progress in this birth. He shall remain in the fifth. After this birth, he goes on and on and on. But by heavens, don't you imagine what progress he made? Third to fifth, right up, and the most dangerous plane was skipped. That means he is on his way. Never mind. Never mind whenever he reaches the goal. Never you mind about it. He is absolutely safe and in intense enjoyment. What does he care? You see, there is a Persian proverb that Hafiz says that you become mad. You, he tells the listener, you become mad, then the world will take care of you. You understand me? So, here, the beloved takes care of the lover. Always. Always. No, beloved always takes care of the lover. Oh no. He won't let them get hurt. No. Even then, there is a place in the fourth where the pilgrim is liable to fall and be pulverized into dust. But even Mas of the fifth and the sixth won't let that happen. Leave alone the big masters even the masts help them. But the law says, if you misuse your powers, well, you are dust.
And we look at
I
Muhammad
do
and
too.
think that he isn't aware, but what he's seeing makes us nothing.
Well, mast language, even Babajan's language, you see, being a Majzoob, you wouldn't understand. It's only a Salik's language you could understand. And even then, Baba being a perfect one, a Salik one, he told us, well, you can't understand me. Although he explained, you know. So, well, of course, mast language is not understandable at all. Not understandable at all. But we in India give tremendous respect to these people. And the people around about us, or those who know, immediately make out who they are, whether they are mad or must.
There was one incident where you were telling us that Baba asked you to build a building in a short time, and he kept looking to see if you were doing it really quick.
No, you see, that was the incident. That incident was at Meherabad. Well, I have a short temper. I used to get annoyed and irritated easily, you know. And I would say that I used to get irritated even before Baba, no doubt. I'm not ashamed to say that. Well, it's the truth. So Meherabad building was complete. Baba had come and the Mandali had come and taken up the abode. And only the powerhouse, you know, where Francis was staying, that building just opposite where Nariman is now, that was the powerhouse for the engine, for the dynamo. I was getting it built, real pakka. Baba said, all right, never mind, you get the building ready, let the electricity come later on. I said, all right, that's very good. Because that there would be the engine there and vibration would just break away the walls. So I was getting it good and proper. All right. The building was up and I started with the work on the foundation. Then there was no wall behind the Mandali's quarters. Between the wall between the women Mandali and the male Mandali. But as you have seen, there are two entrances from the east as well as the west. A person can come in and go in from east and the west. Right. Mandali's quarters, my powerhouse is there. And the east is here and the west is here. Baba can come both ways. All right. He comes one day, Padri, what are you doing? I said, I'm getting ready the foundation of the engine. Good, good. Go ahead, take your time. There is no hurry about it. But see that these men don't idle the time away. We are paying them, huh? You just be their foreman. Don't let them while away the time. No, Baba. I am constantly here. He goes by the east. After about 15 minutes, he comes out by the west. I am standing on the veranda. What are you doing? The work is progress. Why don't you watch those men? I am watching. I am watching. No, keep a watch. Keep a watch. Well, it's a small room. What watch to keep? There are not a million men working, you know. Now he's he's trying to annoy me. And I had made up my mind not to get annoyed. But he defeated me. He did defeat me. I'll explain to you. Well, he goes back again. He comes out from the west, he goes back again. After about half an hour, he comes back again through the east. I see him and just go away inside. I just try to avoid him that he will try to annoy me. I know that. All right. He comes in. What's that? Oh, that's the engine foundation. What are you building it of? Cement and mortar. What do you pay to these laborers? So and so. Be careful. Don't let them while away the time. Don't let them remain idle. Huh? Take your time, but don't let them sit idle. No, Baba. I won't. All right. Goes back again. After about a couple of hours, he comes back again. So in like manner, he beats a path fore and aft, before coming and pestering me constantly and hankering on just one point. Padri, be careful. See that these people are not idling their time away. We are paying them. For 3 days I have put up with it. Huh? Well, I am a normal human being. At least this came to a saturation point one day. He kept on pestering me the same. 3 days I just what you say, contained myself. On the third day, 3 to 4 trips, you know. I think on the 4th trip of Baba, I just blew. I said, Baba, look, I am just watching the whole fun. He laughed. Ear to ear, huh? At last, you got annoyed, didn't you? Huh? He never pestered me from that second onwards. He had me caught. He never pestered me again till the whole job was finished, you know. But I could stand it for only 3 days, then I blew. He would take you to the extreme limit. Oh yes. Oh yes. If he wanted you to get annoyed, he will annoy you. He would annoy. And naturally. At last you got annoyed, didn't you? He never pestered me from that second onwards. He had me caught. He never pestered me again till the whole job was finished, you know. But I could stand it for only 3 days, then I blew. He would take you to the extreme limit. Oh yes. Oh yes. If he wanted you to get annoyed, he will annoy you. He would annoy. And naturally, you couldn't disobey him, you know. If he asked you a question, an irritative question, you couldn't avoid him. You had to answer him. Then he would add something more to the irritation, you know, and just make you blow. After you had blown, finished. He had his joke, you know.
How did you come to Baba Padri?
Oh, heavens, that's 50 years ago.
That's what I've never.
No, I think umpteen people have just recorded it and seen it. Well, in short, it was through my mother. My mother was a believer in the saints, you know, and ultimately she died here in Meherabad, and she was here with Babajan for a number of years. And knowing these people, she just sent me, after Baba had come out from the final duty of Upasni Maharaj in 1921. And Baba had built a hut. Yes, Baba had built a hut. And it was called the Jopdi, and Mandali was there. Yesterday I showed you that picture of sailor who helped Baba a great deal in his wanderings. And was he sworn at by mother, you know. But he took it. He took it. He was with us. He died about 2 years. I died about 3 years ago, I think, sailor. And, well, we joined the Mandali. Well, that question begs no answer. Well, I was to be one of his Mandali. He brought me and he took me, that's all. Well, a few minutes ago we said that he wouldn't let anybody enter the presence of his door, whereas he himself told me to come in. What more do I want? What more would anybody want? What do you say, Irwin? What would you want? And you are asking me, you give us something. You got everything. Huh? You're not sure of anything. You'll never run short of anything, my friend.
Well, he wants to share it now with all the others that are coming after we're all gone. Those who are not even born yet.
Don't make people envious there. Digest little by little, not too much. Yes, it is good. Well, I can tell you one thing. If you wanted to get away now, well, brother, you couldn't. Well, brother, you couldn't. You couldn't. You couldn't. You are hooked.
Once Baba has you,
Yes.
you don't want to go anywhere else.
Oh no, sir. there are people who have tried to go away and have miserably failed. Once you are in his fold, you just can't escape him. Like Vivekananda, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Vivekananda just went away. After a time, people started telling Ramakrishna that Vivekananda is gone and he's not coming back. He just drew a line on the ground like this. He says, now this is semicircle, Vivek, Narendra. Narendra will return. Narendra was his original name. Well, that's that. So, he has drawn a complete circle round here, something like that. You couldn't escape now. Do whatever you want. He won't forget you and you won't forget him, mind you. Because you are in him and he is in you. Tell me, where else could he be? If the fish is in the ocean is there. All right, we are the fishes. Where else can we go? There is no shore. There is no shore, there is no depth, there is no ceiling. There is only one thing, there is only one ocean. And that's him. Oh no, you couldn't escape him. No sir, not for your life. Oh no, you couldn't escape at all. And good for you too, and good for me too. You want anything else, Irwin? Or you're still unhappy, huh? You are a glutton for something. What do you want? Huh? Look, there is nothing higher than Everest. You have climbed the Everest. Where do you want to go? Huh? Well, step in.
How old were you, Pardri, when you came to Baba?
21. That is 18 years old. Born 1903.
You just one day heard about Baba and you went to him, or?
Well, literally, I was shot by my mother. I was told by my mother to go and see him and ask him something. Something like that. Something wrong there. And, well, I went. I got enchanted with the atmosphere, with the company and whatnot. And I was his. Well, that was his. Baba said, keep on coming. He said, all right. I'm still keeping on.
In those days, when he said keep on coming, it meant go see him every day at wherever he was.
Yes. We were in our respective homes. Yes, and when he collected the mandali and we left for Bombay, that was that. That was the foundation of the mandali.
It's the beginning from that corner by Ferguson College.
Yes. Keeping on.
In those days, when he said keep on coming, it meant go see him every day at wherever he was.
Yes. We were in our respective homes. Yes, and when he collected the mandali and we left for Bombay, that was that. That was the foundation of the mandali.
It's the beginning from that corner by Ferguson College.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. Near Ferguson College. Something dropped.
It's okay.
So you ask his. I wouldn't know, or you wouldn't know when your ego was slimmed or trimmed or burnt. How would you know? How would you know? You are a seeker, aren't you? Huh? What are you asking? Oh no. Now you see, it's like a child in the alphabet, in the kindergarten class, asking the professor, what is a rocket? Something like that. A professor can explain what's a rocket, but the child won't understand it. So, he tells the button and gives it to the child. Come on, youngster, play with this. That's that. Huh?
Baba, so you weren't concerned about the ego. You put that in Baba's hands then.
Well, our ego has been smashed and crushed and pounded and burnt and pulverized into everything. But it's got to be. And it's the master who has the privilege to do it and none else. And for that, you got to surrender to him. You got to obey. That's what it is. You see, you don't use your ego. Obey means what? You don't use your own mind, you don't use your will. You obey others' will. That's where the ego every day was being eliminated. You see? It's just simple and logical, I'd say. I'll tell you one thing about ego, let it go. One of our misdeeds, we tried to steal something one day, and did we get caught? Oh, yes. What are you doing? You see? In the year 1925, 24, even 23, 24 and 25, people used to come from Pune and visit Baba. They used to bring fruits and whatnot, and Baba wouldn't give us any. Well, it was a training period, you know.
At Nanzil.
No, here at Meherabad.
At Meherabad.
He's telling of Meherabad just in the beginning.
You got it or? Yeah. You see? So once there were baskets of mangoes just rotting in the building. Now we were staying there somewhere near the post office at the crossing where we crossed the railway lines, you know. You jump the railway lines from lower Meherabad to upper. And that old building where Sidhu is now, we stayed there for 25 years in that old building. And that building was built in 1916. Baskets of mangoes just rotting in the building. Now, we were staying there somewhere near the post office at the crossing where we crossed the railway lines, you know. You jump the railway lines from lower Meherabad to upper. And that old building where Sidhu is now, we stayed there for 25 years in that old building. And that building was built in 1916. We somehow propped it up, stopped it from collapsing, and then ultimately in 1949 we got this new building up. All right, since we were living near the railway lines, all the fruit was dumped into that old building, out of sight, out of mind. Once I and Vishnu, V&D, Vishnu Devrukkar, he said, we ganged up. Hey, come on, let us steal today. Never mind. Come on. We'll steal. We'll get a whacking, but we shall steal. He said, all right, come on. I don't know who. Whether I said it or Vishnu, it might be either way around, makes no difference. We were these two thieves. Baba was in that hut, that room, you know, right, near the table. He had retired for the night, and Pendu's father, Masaji, was the night watchman. And we just left our room, stealthily walked the path, and went into the old building, thinking that nobody has seen it. You see? Right. I don't know whether Masaji told Baba or Baba asked him, did you see anybody going or something? Anyhow, we were found out. He said, 2 people are going towards the old building. Baba said, all right, follow them. We had gone into the room and we were just looking at the baskets of fruit with our mouths watering, you know, just trying to take the best pick. We looked at the one basket, then the second, then the third, and all of a sudden, there is a sound behind our back, keep a share for me. What was that? And that was the night watch with a huge stick as high as this, come after us. We just turned about faced and had a look. That's Masaji. Well, our point fell flat. We couldn't steal. So, he says, we asked Masaji, how did you come? We saw you going there. So, does Baba know? Yes, he sent us. He sent me. What have you come for? These mangoes are rotten, we came to steal. Good. All right, go back. We are not allowed to steal also. We got caught. But like Why, I'll say that we were idiotic thieves. We didn't try to. He says, we asked Masaji, how did you come? We saw you going there. So, was Baba? Yes, he sent us. He sent me. What have you come for? These mangoes are rotten, we came to steal. Good. All right, go back. We're not allowed to steal also. We got caught. But why, I'll say that we were idiotic thieves. We didn't try to dodge, you see. We just went ahead of him. We just in his face. Even if he had tried to dodge, he would have got us. He would have got us. If he didn't want us to eat those mangoes, he would have got us. Well, that's that.